All right, sitting down with Mason McIntyre, Arthur Pignol. We just finished a week of training at Apex Motorsports with Riders Formation and the second round of the FIM Minicup. We flew in on Sunday night and trained for 4 days, Monday through Thursday. And then we had free practice on Friday and then raced Saturday and Sunday. So first, let's start off with the training. I'll start with you, Arthur.
Yeah,
Tell me
the
about
training was pretty good. Like, it was a little bit scary, but it was pretty good.
what was scary. What would you say?
Because what I mean is, like, the training, like, for example, you're doing those circles and, like, somebody just comes up to you, or you
Ah,
go to up to somebody, just follow them through the circle and just do it. But
yeah,
I got scared the first time, so
yeah.
yeah.
I think there was 4 cones, and there was a line of what was there, about 15 or so bikes, I think, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was doing circles, going to the next cone, doing circles. So you had to trust that the circle you're doing, the guy next to you doing circles didn't get into your circle. And
Yeah.
then if somebody got their circle done quicker, they would jump into your cone as well. So people were coming in and out of the cone. So yeah, I can see
Yeah.
how that was. But um, how was that for you though? Did you feel more comfortable after doing it for a while?
I felt actually like that I can, like, go better, like, for example, like, that gave me more trust in the bike and more trust on what I can do,
Yeah.
my ability.
And you also have to trust the guys you're training with too, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. So Mason, how did you feel about the training with Riders Formation?
Um, it was the same thing with Arthur. It was scary. I did things I actually never done before. Something really basic is the slalom. I actually never did the slalom before, so it was fun learning it. Coach Danny, love him. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like he learns how to balance being a coach and being hilarious.
Yeah.
And the training he did, I mean, stuff I someone would never think of. Like he put cones in the straightaway, and he did that where you have no room because in the parking lot you have all the room, you have all the room in the world. In that, if you run wide, you go into the dirt and you're probably gonna wipe out. So it's definitely a little scary. Also, trusting that the person doing the circle next to you is gonna maintain their circle and not run into yours and cause a crash, or they go down making a mistake, causing you to go down. It's a whole domino. If somebody goes down at the last cone, everyone goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really proud of you guys because, bless you,
Thank you.
a lot of the kids, bless
Oh my
you
god,
again,
sorry.
a lot of the kids in there go to Spain and train, and they do this stuff regularly. And you could see how experienced they were doing these drills, you know. And, you know, I mean, for you, Mason, you haven't been doing this very long, and you kind of as well, right? But you know, I was glad that for you, you were able to run with this group of kids. You know, if you didn't have enough skill where you were, you would have probably been in like a different group or something. You know,
Yeah.
so it was really good that you were able to hang with them. Um, and some of the drills that I thought was really cool was when they would sector off the track and do like only a small piece of it, and they would do mock races. One thing that with that is they would put some of the slower riders in the front, so the faster riders got practice passing, and additionally you got practice, you know, banging handlebars with kids in these tight turns, which we don't really get when we go by yourself to the track. You know, or if you two go to the track and train together as a team, you know, you might be chasing each other around, but when you got 15 kids coming around a hairpin turn in like a quarter section of the track for, you know, where it's like a 10-second lap, you know, that's tons of experience, you know, real tight, close racing. Um, so racing or practicing, I should say, with kids like that make you guys better. So that was really cool. I really like that. What did you think about that kind of not necessarily the cones, but the mock racing and getting in close like that?
I think it was made like fun, but also one of the smartest drills ever. Because he said, like Jace Dill, he's raced in Moto 4, and that's how it is. It's
Right.
not there's a front group and they're 10 seconds ahead, and there's the back group and they're 10 seconds behind. Everyone is in a line and they all ride the exact same line, and it's who trusts the bike more to throw it in and hope it sticks.
Yeah.
And that's what that drill was teaching us, working in a group. Because when you're actually in the race, you're not doing that.
Right.
You're really never in a group unless it's, for example, Jace Dill, I think it was Kenzie, and I forgot the other kid's name. The three of them were battling the whole race. And Jace Dill went down. He went through the hairpin. He hugged it really tight, ended up hitting the guy in front of him. So there's the confidence and the overconfidence. And we all know Danny definitely had a talk with him. Like, there's an opening, but there's also no opening sometimes where you go in and there's no room. That's what that drill teaches you.
Yeah.
And when you have 15 people instead of, because that was 3, imagine having 15 where it
Yeah.
gives you that, you have to be aware of the person next to you, behind you, to your right, left, and ahead of you.
Right. Yeah, so you only get that kind of practice in that setting, which prepares you guys for, like you said, a Moto 4 or beyond, where you have 20 bikes like in one pack fighting for each turn. So, what did you think about those drills beyond the cones, Arthur?
Honestly, it was like amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I think it gave me like I don't think, but I actually I feel more confident about passing now, and I don't feel like before that it's just like, oh shoot, there's no space. But now, like, he showed me like if there's a small space, you can go through there.
Yeah.
You can still go through there.
I think you're good at passing anyway, but this definitely made you more better, which is fantastic. Yeah, the 4 days there was really great. I can't think of a way to get that practice anywhere else other than a camp like that. And then when we think about the kids overseas, Spain, for example, they train like that every day. You know, and that's why it's hard to compete with them because they have those camps and like riders formation, for example. So yeah, that was really really exciting. um, so we'll go ahead and shift gears now to the race. um, we'll start off with Saturday. We did qualifying, so tell me what position did you qualify in, and how'd that
I
go?
qualified in 6th, and I was still setting I was still setting up the bike, so I couldn't do that much time, like that good time, not so many clean laps, but I got to get like one good enough to get 6th.
Yeah, yeah. We ended up just for those watching. We did the purchase program for the FIM Cup where we purchase the bikes and we enter the races and we get the tires and everything. But the bikes weren't ready they didn't arrive in time for the first race, so we had rental bikes, which worked out great. We had good performance on those. And then when we got our bikes, they were completely factory stock, so we had to set up the suspension for you guys and get everything dialed in, but we had very limited time to do that. So yeah, there's definitely more suspension next time we come back, which we'll spend time in free practice getting it more dialed in and everything. But yeah, the 2025s have more settings than what the bikes like we have at home. There's compression and rebound and things that the other bikes don't have. So we'll be able to fine tune that and get you guys even better, tuning and performance. So Mason, tell me about your qualifying on Saturday.
It was honestly really good, but at the time, I wasn't like as good as I was in the race, and so I ended up qualifying 8th. But into the future, I got 7th. We'll get to that. But I definitely know I could have done a little better. I would do good somewhere, then make a mistake, and I was trying to get a perfect lap, and I got like a 75% good lap, so it was qualifying good. And I think the best thing I did at the qualifying was I was calm. A lot of the other kids were nervous, and I was staying calm because I have Coach Torres. He's my mental coach, and he helps me stay calm and in a good mindset going into these races. So that definitely helps.
Yep. Yeah, you Monday we came in and they threw you in there with everybody in the riders formation training. And Monday you had a rough day, kind of just finding your groove on the bike. You struggled a little bit, and I know you were frustrated with that. And so you had your call with Coach Torres, who's a riding mental coach and a trainer, and being that for those that don't know, you've come such a far distance in a short amount of time with your riding. It's scary. You went from nothing to where you're at, competing with these really fast kids and high speeds, compared to other things. So there's a lot of that. Plus you're competing. You're not just riding around the track. You're racing. And there's a mental game that goes with that. Even if you've been doing it for a long time, like Julian Correa works with Coach Torres, and so I'm happy that we're able to help get you that. And the session you had with him on Monday made a huge difference on the rest of the week. It really made you kind of find your mental focus and get you dialed in. So that was really, really good. I'm happy about that. Yeah, and so you qualified 8th. I noticed throughout the week you started chipping away, getting better. One thing we noticed was with the riders formation training, all the kids dropped their times. Everybody did. It was really impressive, and that says a lot to Coach Danny and riders formation about what they can do. And plus, Coach Chris, working with you guys every day as well. You both ran better times than you did the first time the race won. But Mason, you really when the race weekend came around, you really dropped your times down, where now you're fighting for 6th, 7th position. We'll get to the racing here in a sec, but yeah, that was really good. That you both had a good mental, the whole week was good. You guys were calm, focused. Performance was good, even with issues with like your bike, Arthur. We'll get to that also in a second. But yeah, honestly, I'll say I'm very, very proud. The whole family, the race team, everybody's proud of both of you guys. You guys really worked hard. And Monday, the training, you were struggling, Mace, but you didn't want to quit. You kept getting out there and pushing. You had one rider run into you in the braking zone and rammed into your leg, and it was hard for you to do right turns or right circle drills with your thigh, but you still did. You did the best you could. That's all we ever ask for, is you just do the best you can and not give up. And so super proud of both of you. I just want to say that. Anyway, all right, so now we'll jump over to Arthur qualified 6th, Mason qualified 8th. And then so today we had 2 races. Race 1, we'll talk with you first, Mace. How did race 1 go?
So, hold up. Let me jog my memory. Okay. Race 1, in my opinion, was okay. I could have done way better, but one of my problems is passing. Passing is a skill, but it also comes with experience. And I've only been May 1st was my 1-year anniversary of riding.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
officially 1 year ago you got on a motorcycle for the first time, and 12 months later you're racing in the FIM Minicup. Congratulations. So yeah.
So some things that don't help is just as an example, in the round 2 of the race, round 2 race 2, the warm up lap. So I was just practicing my starts, so I let everyone go ahead of me. Did my race start, did pretty good. Then we all did our sight lap. The girl in front of me was a little newer to the GP chassis and was pushing. So even on the warm up lap, just trying to get warmed up, So she low-sided directly in front of me. Luckily, with the help of Coach Chris, I was on point. I was able to swerve out of the way. Um, so stuff like that, that's scary. For not doing it a long time, it's scary, really.
Yeah.
So she had a better start and stayed ahead of me, and then I was finally able to get around her, and then the person behind me, Chase Jazikoff, he was able to get ahead of me because I was stuck behind her, and he's been doing it a while, and he's really good at passing. So he found the right opportunity and walked us in the straight, and then luckily...
You're talking about race 2.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, that's race 2, actually.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So race 1, you finished 7th.
7th.
Right. Race 2, you finished 8th.
8th.
Because
race 2, I finished 7th.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Maverick
I
went down,
apologize.
unfortunately.
You're correct. Yes. Race 2, you did finish 7th, but it was where Chase Jazikoff came around you when you had the lap traffic. The rider hit the brakes, you hit the brakes, and then he got around you, and you were in 6th and you fell to 7th. But yeah, that was race. I know it's all a blur, but anyway.
Yeah, when you're racing, you don't really think about it.
Yeah. So you ended up with a 7th and an 8th this weekend.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. I mean, you had said before your goal was to what?
Not get last.
Not get last, right? Yeah. So
I got 7th out of 11.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can't argue with how far you come and that goal. So congrats. And our next goal is what?
Try to move up in the pack.
Move up in the pack, right?
So something Coach Torres said is there's the front and back pack. If I get last, I'm looking for the 3 kids ahead of me. That's my podium.
Right.
And I keep going ahead of those 3, ahead of those 3, ahead of those 3, ahead of those 3. Now I'm competing for the actual podium.
Right.
And honestly, it worked.
Yeah.
I got 9th and 7th the last time.
Right.
And now I only got 7th.
Right. Yep.
And now there's the front and back pack. I'm now at the front of the lower pack, and I'm getting to the front. Arthur is probably about in the middle of the fast pack, and I'm getting close to his lap times. So I think by the next race, I'll probably be up with the fast guys.
Yeah, that would be your next goal, is to be at the back of the front pack, the faster group. And you're only about maybe 1.5 seconds to that group. There's that one gap there where the front 5, 6 are running about within a second of each other. Then there's that gap, and then the back pack is running within 1 to 2 seconds of each other. So, yeah, and I, working with you, we analyzed your data and your coaches and everything, and we think we might have found, something that will help you to get there. We're gonna, go train on that. So Arthur, let's hear about your performance on race 1 and race 2.
Well, race 1, like the brother said, the sprint race. I was trying to get off that fear I got because qualifying, on one of the practices, like my bike wasn't set it up correctly, and the front wheel started like moving a lot, like side to side, like a tank slapper,
Oh, yeah.
or whatever they call it.
Tank slapper.
I saved it, but my bike stalled once I saved it because I needed to get to the concrete, and brake right on the dirt to not hit the barriers.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get off that fear, and it was hard to just try to prevent that, but I was trying.
Yeah, that was the sprint race, which was Saturday actually. Yeah, you were coming through a high speed, sort of an S, and I was very close to you when I saw it, and you basically had like a death wobble, but no one knows how you did it, but you saved it. And I think the best thing was you didn't overreact. You let the bike do its thing. You recovered. You went straight. Braked safely. Went over into the dirt, and just an amazing save. I wish I got that on video. It was unbelievable. But then on race 1, or I should say during free practice today before race 1, what happened with the bike then? There was an issue.
Well, let me just finish the sprint race stuff.
Okay.
Because I started really good and got into third, but then they started passing me. Like I got to pass Jace on the start because he did pretty much a bad start
Mhm.
till he just caught up to me, passed me, and then he passed me, and I got to fifth, which was pretty good
Yeah.
for me because I'm trying to race a bike that's not set it yet.
Right.
And the other thing is that on the next race, on today, on Sunday, the first one of Sunday today, uh, on the practice, like I had the motorcycle, which I wish I knew why the third gear just like randomly stopped working. I
Yeah.
was first thinking either I was going fast enough to blow it or actually, but then it's not really
Yeah.
that
What
there.
happened? So during free practice, basically your third gear became neutral. It didn't have any, um, any drive to it. So we're not sure exactly what happened with it. We've heard a few other racers have a similar issue. So we're gonna open the motor up next time we come back to California and take a look at it and see if we can figure it out. It could be something with the newer motors. It could be, uh, the quality of metal. Like who knows? No one knows. So it'd be interesting to try to figure it out. But typically that happens when you are shifting without clutch, right? You can do some damage in there, but you guys, both shift correctly, and so we're not really sure what caused you to lose the third gear. But so for race one, uh,
They gave me a rental bike,
yeah,
and that rental bike wasn't good, I'd say. And like it worked, that's the good thing, but it wasn't like set it perfectly for me,
yeah,
and it was like weird. So I tried to race with it. The start they boxed me in like I think it was Jay Still and another kid that they just boxed me in, and they were like straight up. They didn't let me any space to pass. And after I had to let go to hit back once they passed, finally for one time, and not about to crash them, till another girl just comes up to me and like goes into me and brake checks me, and I'm trying not to crash her, but I just crashed into her. But the good thing is that I didn't fall.
yeah.
I just went into the dirt, so I was right there in last till I caught up and passed everybody till I got to sixth.
Yeah.
And it was, I wouldn't say it's a good race, but I tried.
Yeah, so the rental bike, because we found the bike had the issue with third gear, like minutes before the first race, we didn't have a lot of time to set up the other bikes. Matt Dill with Apex and Ovale USA, it was really awesome that he had a spare bike for you to ride on. I think it was Jay Still's practice bike or something like that. So big thank you to Matt Dill for helping us out with that, and we ended up also getting a new 160 motor. So at the same time, we're swapping out the new motor on your bike, which was set up for you. You had to jump on a bike that was not set up for you, set up for somebody else, and go race with no practice. So yeah, that was a big challenge. And then of course, mentioning like you got boxed in and all was, you got bumped around, but real impressive battling back through the backpack to get back up to sixth place. That was a really good job. You know. So in race two, how'd that go?
That went like pretty good, I'd say, because I got my bike back, and the other thing is that I got the what's it called, a new motor, thanks to Matt Dill. Not gonna lie, thanks a lot, because they're the reason right now I'm got to do those two races, and I was going, and when I saw that I got the bike back, and on the warm up lap, like I was happy once I got the bike back, but on the warm up lap, it was like kind of, I wouldn't say it was like good because it kept on doing the tank slapper, but a little less. and I was like dealing with it with the warm up lap. So I just went back. So we went back to start. I started pretty good, not gonna lie, and I was trying to fight who was in fifth, and I kept on fighting till he got away from me. And once I saw like a weakness to the like that little tank slapper, I just went for it and tried to solve it. I was trying to deal with it that race, the whole entire race. So I was behind a sixth, which one of them fell, unfortunately, and I got fifth. Meanwhile, I was going on the straight. I just see my dad saying, "Calm down,
Yeah.
go slower." The bike isn't going like that, but I'm just saying on the straight, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I saw.
Till I don't get a good place, I'm not doing that."
I know. I saw you shake your head.
Yeah.
You were in the zone. Yeah, because we were trying to get the bike dialed in. The motor was great, but the suspension still needed some more tuning. Again, being a brand new bike out of the box. So
Yeah, we didn't have that much time to
Yeah.
actually tune that one. But like the good thing, well, not tune, but better said set. And the best thing is that, hey, at least I got to do the race, and I got fifth on that race.
Yeah.
Which for me is not that bad. Having a motorcycle that's not even set it
100%.
for me,
Yeah.
like not completely set it. It's
Yeah.
like riding the TTR versus the monkey bike, just like so different.
So we ended up with a seventh and an eighth and a fifth and a sixth. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fifth and sixth.
Fifth and sixth, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So not considering the kids you're racing against and how talented they are, that's fantastic. We learned a lot about what we need to do to get faster and compete. Aside from obviously having a bike that's set up for your, how you ride and your weight and everything and all. But I think it was a fantastic week. I mean, definitely want to thank, Matt Dill, John Hopkins, everybody at Apex that, helped us out. We needed a gasket or, whatever, oil, thank your dad, JD. I mean,
Yeah, not gonna lie. Talking about that, JD, well, one of my dads,
Mhm.
he literally changed the motor, like the new one, in like less than an hour. So it was pretty impressive.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
gonna lie. And thanks to Matt Dill for the motor, and the rest who helped me, who
And the
helped
loaner bike.
assemble. Yeah, and the loaner bike. And thanks to the rest of an Apex and John Hopkins, and assembling the bike when it was new.
Yeah.
And thanks to Coach Danny for showing me new things. And same with Chris, the team coach.
Yeah,
And,
Coach Chris, he had a lot of valuable input on the suspension. Being, he raced and was, familiar with the more advanced suspension. You know what I mean? Like when you race a KLX, it's pretty easy. There's nothing to really do. But as you start to get more advanced bikes, the suspension tuning is more complicated. So, yeah, that was fantastic. And even your dad Alex helped a ton. The moms helped a ton. I did everything I could, to help out in different ways, and so it was really really awesome being a team. I'll say that. I don't know if any one of us could have swapped the motor or done these different things, set up the bikes and alone. So very proud to have a team with everybody and support and help you guys to do the best you can, and the whole team is proud of the hard work you guys have done. It's just been a fantastic trip. So so is there anybody else that you want to thank?
Oh, all my sponsors. Not gonna lie, they were helping. SFL what helped me get here. First of all, thanks to them, I got here, and thanks to all my sponsors, both of my dads and my mom and Mason's mom, they helped, and same with Lee, and thanks to Coach Danny, and thanks to like all my sponsors.
Yeah. My Korea and SFL, they did the fundraiser and they sponsored you to come out here. And I don't think we would have thought about making the trip without them selecting you from all the kids to bring you out here. When you got chosen to come out, I was like, wow, that sounds like a really good team thing to do, you know. So I said, okay, well, let's take Mason out with you, and we'll do this together. And I think it's been just amazing for both of you guys. So I'm really happy that Mason could come along and elevate his riding to try to keep up with you guys. And I mean, his skills have increased tremendously just from this experience. So, Mason, do you have anybody you want to thank to?
I would like to thank JD. I mean, that man knows everything about a bike. It is honestly impressive. I would like to thank Arthur's mom, Yoli. She's really nice. And after the first sprint race, I didn't do too good and I was feeling a little down. She definitely helped a lot. I'd also like to thank my mom for doing what she could, not knowing a lot. And then, of course, the Mr. Pit Crew manager, my dad, for one, taking me out here, and two, doing everything he can. I mean, I have everything I need. But like these kids go out there and they do better than me, and they don't even got a mental coach. I have like the mental coach, the coach. I did the riders formation. I mean, I'm really happy that I have all this support to succeed. I'd also like to thank my teammate Arthur for a few tips he's given me that have helped, and watching what he does to improve what I can do, and then sometimes give me a little toe in the race. Appreciate that.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah.
I'd also like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank McIntyre Racing, MP3 Motorsports. I'd like to thank Mr. 413 Academy. It's how I got here. I'd also like to thank SFL Mini GP for selecting Arthur because I would never have been here. But also, they are very welcoming. I started a year ago on the little 110, and then, 50. Then I rented or was it? I bought the 50, rented a. Oh my gosh, I brought my 110, rented a 50, and I had a great time. That's when I realized this is something I want to do. So I kind of just dove into it, and in a year, it got where I am. And I'd also like to thank Coach Danny and Coach Chris. Coach Danny, amazing. And then I'm glad that Coach Chris could also pick up on some of the stuff they do down there and could help his training academy. And then I can't wait to go back to tracks that near us, T4 Kartplex and Bushnell Motorsports Park, and do some intense training and get us ready for round 3.
Yep. So we're about to board the plane, heading back to Florida, and we'll be back here in 3 weeks for round 3. The first round, the track was run normal way, what they call it. This round, they ran it in reverse. And then the next round is, I think, back to the normal. And then we have a night race coming up soon as well. So really cool, differences in the track and the layout, and lots of good experience and everything. So, yeah, anyway, everyone's super proud of you guys. Even if you came in last, you tried hard. And that's what's important. You don't give up. You keep working hard, but you're having fun. Did you have fun this week?
Of course.
You have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really had fun.
Yeah. That's what matters. So, okay, guys, thank you for this. You have anything?
I have one last thing to say, and it's thank you, everyone. I mean, even the other riders. Everyone is so kind in this sport, and I'm glad that in a year I'm where I am, and I just I love is everyone's welcoming. I mean, there's never been one thing where anyone's hateful. I'm really glad I can do this, and just thank you everyone that's in the motorsports community.
Yeah. Everybody's a good sport, and you too. One of the parents came up to you and congratulated you on being a good sport because the one kid that had passed you bumped you from sixth to seventh. You came up and you, hey man, you know, you did awesome race, and you were congratulating him, and there was no hard feelings, and his dad saw that and came over to us and said, man, that was really awesome of you, Mason, to do that. And so um, yeah, you guys are model citizens for this kind of community, and it is a fantastic community. It really is. I can't say enough about it, honestly. So I'm that's why I started the race team, the MP3 Motorsports. I really want to give back to this and help grow this because it's truly a fantastic thing that you guys are part of. So um, okay, boys, time to head home, and then the work starts. Then we start training and prepping and come back next time. And like, I think our goals are to get, you know, Arthur on the podium and Mason try to get in top 6, and that's what we're going to be shooting for as we move forward. So.
Honestly, I think, well, for right now, I think it'd be better to put, like, as a team goal, like the best team goal I'd say is to put me and Mason on the podium.
Oh, of course.
I'd
yeah.
say that's the best.
Yeah, that's our. Yeah, hey, that's possible. It's within. You know, it's very something we guys can do. So we're gonna keep working hard, and you know, as like a team owner on my end, having both my riders on the podium, I mean, that's my goal. You know what I mean? And but hey, there's a lot of tough kids ahead of you. We got to work hard and compete against them, and you know, it's not gonna be easy, but that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, I agree.
Well, something I did learn in the sport is that there's always like different types of challenges coming up to you ahead. Cause like right now, this race, the bike we didn't have enough time to set it up, and other races I didn't have enough skill. You know, so it's like there's many challenges.
Yeah, that's true. And overcoming them is making you guys stronger riders. And life is nothing but challenges, let me tell you. So, you know, working hard and moving forward and keeping being positive is important. So, great life lessons for you guys. This sport's amazing for kids. I really would love to get more kids involved in this. It's really cool. So, all right, fellas. Thank you for the fantastic interview, and we'll see everybody back here after round 3.
Thank you.
za niego karateки ten kung fu panda.
They do step forward just so we can get a handle. We're a family group here, so we just want to clear it up. Again, there was a trailer in the parking lot, an open trailer that was hit by a car or another trailer. If you could please just have a conversation with us so we can get a handle. And we don't have to look at the cameras. Please. Award ceremony in 2 minutes.